Hey, what's up? It's Colton Lindsay with the WGR. I got Matt Curcio here. We're streaming live through our Facebook pages. I'm excited to have this conversation. Matt just recently made a huge decision with his organization, and I'm excited to discuss that with you guys. And I'm going to let him share what the announcement is, though, because it's his big celebration. So real quick, share what's going on, man.
Yeah, man. So we are officially in business together. So I'm excited. I've moved my license over to REAL Brokerage and excited for things to come. Big opportunities on the horizon. So definitely excited.
So tell me, what made you say, hey, this is the opportunity for me? Because you've been in business a long time. You see opportunity, you walk with it. Where are you at with this opportunity? Like, why all of a sudden? What's going on?
Well, I mean, I've been doing this since 2001, so which is crazy to me that I've hit my 20th year in business. But in general, over the years, I've seen different opportunities, skipped some of them, took some of them, and, have learned by everything, no matter what. And, the opportunity that I see here, based on the last few years, last 5 years plus in the real estate industry, the models have changed. Brokerage model has totally changed. And,
sure has.
Yeah. Revenue share and stock is a model now. And this is a version of that. And I think it's a very smart version of it. So I'm excited to get in on the ground floor and off to the races.
So you just recently joined with us, and you've seen lots of opportunities over the years. What is the most attractive about the REAL Brokerage for you and the folks that have come with you?
So, in general, I like to compare the model itself, right? So yeah, all different models, right? The original model of real estate was franchise, a big brand, you join the brand and you get a split, and then used to never cap. Then RE/MAX came out, made a flat fee service for an annual basis. That changed the landscape back in the 70s and 80s. Keller Williams also came out around that time, and they did the hybrid of RE/MAX where they collected similar fees on a capping basis and gave you a bigger cut at the time. And then, these models have come and really changed the game. A couple things that are, that I think the industry has realized is real estate agents are better recruiters than recruiters. Because they're respected more.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? They're better recruiters.
It's better to let your agents tell the story of why they love the brokerage, rather than hire somebody to a lot of times reduce their sales and even non-producers, tell somebody why they should join a company. So I think this model, that's why it's succeeding so well in the industry. And we're here on the ground floor. This model is what? How many states? Somewhere around 30, right?
We've got to be close to 30. It's been going fast because I think it was 23 when I started, and they've opened a lot recently from Wisconsin, Utah, Arizona. Yeah, it's growing 100%.
Yeah, it's
well, and that's what's
local market.
That's what I love about it is it's still young, and it's young means opportunity for those that drive certainty into their business. Here's what I would say about most of the agents with inside the company is they're not hoping to survive as the market climate and the industry continues to shift. They're committed to thriving. They're committed to contributing. They're committed to growing, right? So let's take a look at the opportunities. Let's talk about the stock share opportunity. What is it that you're like, oh, this is for me. This is why.
Yeah. So, for the agents out there that haven't analyzed any of the models that include stock in a company, do your research. But if you understand it, here's the gist of it. Basically, as these companies grow, they have bigger awards for the early adopters. Right now, that's in a stock count, meaning a share count. So what's today? As of the recording of this video, if you come over to REAL,
the 31st, March 31st.
Yeah. So if you come over and cap out right now, that's worth 2,000 shares. And then if you were to attract an agent, once they close their first transaction, that's 1,000 shares. As agent count increases, that'll step down. But that's a big opportunity because I know a lot of friends that have lots of stock in some of these models and it's changed their lives. And stock is something not to look at and say no to. Definitely evaluate it because it's here, and this model's here to stay. So.
Yeah, I think that's what's cool about this. Real Brokerage is second to market. And if you look historically, second to market's always come in and dominated and created a really great opportunity for those that align with it. I think that's what's key with Real Brokerage is, for me, I align with it. And it's an opportunity that fits my life right now in a big way. The last 3 years, I've been building the WGR brand in a big way. And this just naturally fits in. That's how we met. If I hadn't spent the last 3 years building my brand online, you wouldn't have even known who I was, because you're in Jersey, I'm in Utah. And that's what the power of the internet has done for us today in technology. Yep. So what else is the opportunity besides stock?
Man, so operating your company, right? So in general, agents have to pay a split to their brokerage, and the agent, production model has changed over the last 5 years. I think 5 years has been like a rapid growth to where brokers are stepping back. What they do for the agent, because the agents are kind of taking reins, they're getting their own coaching, they're buying their own systems, websites, and technologies. And that's what this system allows, because it's truly, you come in, it's an 85-15 split, no monthly fee, and 12,000 cap. If you're on a team here, you want to bring your team over. First of all, if you have a spouse as a co-team leader or a family member like father, daughter, anything like that, you share the cap as the team leader, and then your agents come in on a half cap. So huge opportunity to operate business.
Which here's another thing too. Like there's a guy that I've connected with out of California. He did 200 transactions last year, all via Zoom. He's in 6 different states. So let's say you're in multiple states, you still only have one cap, right? Whereas traditionally, especially, a lot of the competitors, hey, if you're in California and Utah and you got a license each state, you're paying a cap for each state, which, that's incredible opportunity. If you like look at it, it's like, what? Not to mention, and I wouldn't surprise me if the stock tickers uplisted by the end of the year. That wouldn't surprise me.
Right.
And you're seeing this growth because of 2 reasons. One is agents are saying, hey, I missed the opportunity that was presented 4 or 5 years ago and really in this last decade. I don't want to miss this one. The other one is, hey, you know what? People that took that opportunity are starting to say, hey, you know what? I want a different value system. I want a different culture. I want to be a part of the same model, but different values. And that's what's key. A good friend of mine, Joshua Smith with GSD Mode, always says there's a million ways to skin a cat and sell real estate. Yeah. Not every way is a fit for every person. And so many people say, hey, I align better with this company. I know I do. I know their value system 100% to me is more based on growth and contribution and making a difference than it is on this need for significance or certainty, which we see in so many companies today. So what else would you like to share about this opportunity?
Yeah, nothing. In general, I'm excited to be a part of it. Excited to, just grow a company and they reward you well for doing it. If you want to recruit here, the recruiting part of it, I guess we can talk about that, right? So there's 5 levels of revenue share.
Yeah, 5 levels of revenue share, which is I'm already getting paid revenue share in the first 75 days. I've already made more than I made with ever profit share at KW when I was there, or any other company. And honestly, I even own my brokerage. I'd mentioned that previously, of 50 something agents. And I prefer not to be the broker. I prefer not to be that. To be a broker owner, you either got to have 200 agents or you're brokering your own team. But the in-between doesn't make money. Now, here's what's cool about Real with this revenue share is it gives every agent an opportunity as you're networking with agents and you're excited and you're being successful. Other agents are naturally going to reach out and be like, hey, what is it that he's doing or she's doing? I want to be a part of that. And so far I've got about officially just about 50 agents in my network with Real in the first 75 days. and probably about another 70 to 100 in the works with what's going on and people working out. Now, I'm not going to say everyone's going to have that, but with today's technology and your ability to have a voice online, people are naturally reaching out. They want to be a part of a community that they resonate with.
Yeah, and that's why that goes back to my comment about, agents are better recruiters, right? Because they're the faces, they're the ones, day to day having the conversations with their colleagues in the business, and it's just an opportunity if you want to share it with your friends. And the rev share model here is great. Front line, I mean, first line alone is up to 4,000, which is a 5%. I don't know, call it whatever you want, but I guess it's a 5% override on the GCI.
Yeah, which is awesome. Whereas I don't know that anyone else is that competitive in our industry, right? I think people need to really take a look at the revenue share model. And one of the major competitors in our industry, they have 7 levels deep, even with the other competitors in their profit share. Mm-hmm. But your highest paying to keep that 7th level, which gives you the most amount of revenue share, you have to have 40 plus active top line recruits or sponsors, people that you've sponsored. Whereas with Real, you get rewarded your top line the most, and it basically gone and just flipped the model upside down. And I think it's going to be even better. And to get paid onto your 5th level, which is still very aggressive, you only need 25. So you have this really big opportunity to create additional revenue by being a leader in the organization. But I think the biggest opportunity, truthfully, Matt, for most agents today is the stock opportunity. A producing agent that comes in and takes advantage of that can make a lot of freaking money. And that's just the facts.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, stock changed a lot of people's lives with the different companies that offer it. And even myself, I said to somebody else, recently that, I opened a credit line against stock, and, I can use that now to leverage to buy real estate. And I would have never thought that was possible. And 10 years ago at Remax, I would have never thought of that.
How do you do that? How do you open a line of credit against stock?
Well, it depends on your broker, but I'll tell you what, we'll have trainings in the future, and we'll kind of share that, and we'll get in depth on it. But in general, if your stock portfolio is worth, whatever, call it 500,000, a lot of companies will leverage that and open a line of credit for about 50%. Doesn't 50 or
15%?
50, yeah, 50%.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Fair interest rates too. They're they're around 5, I want to say. Depends on the stock value and all that stuff. So, but it's definitely a way to have additional, funding for your down payments. So.
I didn't even realize that, because I do a similar thing with my cash value whole life policy. So, yeah, cool. So here's what I'm going to recommend. If you guys want to hear more about it, reach out to Matt. Get to know him. He's, we've got, like I said, 50 people in our network so far. We've got some great people coming on, but Matt's shown that he is a leader, and I'm excited to be in business with him and for the opportunities to grow.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we go, Colton, let's talk about the WGR and your academy and, what it's about. And we got some good stuff coming up, right?
Right. So the WGR it's really a community of individuals that are committed to growth and contribution and really creating wealth. So we focus on 3 things. 1 is scale your business. 2 is to create real financial freedom where your leveraged residual income pays for your desired lifestyle. And 3 is your fulfillment. Now, I think the last year has proven to everyone that we are going to be challenged psychologically and emotionally. And 80% of your success is psychological and emotionally. So what we do is we have a couple different parts of it. 1 is our high level mastermind, where we have 2 full in morning till night, events, mastermind events. The next one we're doing is May 10th through the 12th in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's freaking amazing. We got 36 agents that are going to be there. Our top earners are doing $300,000 a month. It's just an amazing experience. So there's that. And there's also our coaching and academy sales system, which is for agents that want to really get dialed in on their sales system and their trainings and their processes. And then there's our WGR Real network, those that join with us inside of Real. And so we've got our next events coming up for publicly that's not our mastermind members is coming up September. And we're going to do a hybrid model. We're going to have 100 agents in person. We're going to have 500 to 1,000 agents watching virtually. It's going to be 3 full days of just building your business and your wealth. And so I'm super excited about that. Plus, we're going to be launching more things along the way. We do a wholesale event that I've got in May as well for our high level members. But there's just a ton of cool stuff and opportunity from training to coaching to live events to virtual events. And I don't see anyone doing it quite like we are with the virtual event side.
Yeah, man. So I'm excited to be a part of that. And, always, I've always said, you got to be a learner, right? You got to find people that are doing things better than you and plug in and grow. And that's why that's one of the reasons we're in business together now. So I'm glad I found you and appreciate you.
Well, and you attract who you're supposed to be in business with, and that business partner might be forever, it might be temporary, it might be long term, might be medium term, but each opportunity is a gift to be able to learn and to grow your business. And if there's something about me or Matt that say, hey, I want to be a part of that, reach out to us, let us know, let's set up a conversation, let's have a dialogue and see what opportunities are for you.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate it, Colton. We'll be in touch.